So this is a review of the 2015 Volkswagen Golf. This is the Highline model. However, this review is pretty much for the entire car. This thing comes in a super cheap tread line, which is 20,000 Canadian. Then you have the comfort line, which is like 23,000, which seems to be the best value. And then you have the high line, which is all equipped, keyless access, the big sunroof, the leather seats, rain sensing wipers, the heavy duty sound system. We're testing the most expensive one because that's what the press fleet always is. A couple of shots from around the car. I've already done 2 reviews on the 2015 Volks. One is the diesel, the other one I did the GTI. So it looks good, a little bit chick-like. I'll talk about that in the road test that I do. Very practical. This has got lots of room in there. Very well finished trunk. I think that's what differentiates, I think, the Germans from perhaps the others, is their trunks are so well finished. I mean, look at the finish here. You even have like all kinds of plugs right on top of the hook to hold the things. A 12-volt plug right there. I mean, they have everything. It's really good. Inside, it's also very good. Typical German finish. The doors close solid. Very low wind noise. Very low road noise. I mean, the driving experience, the haptic quality is excellent. The sound system is #1, best in class, no rattles. That is awesome. I noticed that the seats, I don't know why this time more than other times, these seats were incredible to sit in, very soft. The touch points are very good in these Volkswagen products, and I like the simple layout. There's a German sobriety here that you don't find, let's say, in the Ford Focus. I think maybe the Ford Focus, which is its main competitor, is maybe, I don't want to say too flashy, it's just more flashy than this interior, and like it can go either way, right? If you like more sober, you'll go for this. If you like more flashy, you'll go for the Ford Focus. But other than that, it's a great interior. Even like the roof liner has a nice material. Visibility is excellent. Those sailboat windows, they look good there on the bottom, right next to the tweeters, but you really don't see anything out of them. It's actually kind of weird. This engine, it's probably the most, I think it's the most powerful base engine in its class, with 185 pounds of torque. But also it's probably, I think it's the one that drinks the most. So I have mixed feelings about that. I'll discuss that on the road, about the choice of engines for Volkswagen. In fact, Volkswagen never seemed to get the base Golf engine right, at least in North America. So this is the 2015 Golf, the base engine. It's all equipped though, I have to say, so the price is pretty expensive. The car costs a lot, and when you get into it, you start thinking, well, I paid a lot for this car, but I've been driving it now for an hour, and a couple of things really stand out. Golf, many years ago, was a very sporty entry in the hatchback world. In fact, they invented it, a sporty hatchback. This does not feel like a sporty hatchback anymore. It feels like a really well-refined car. The touch points are impeccable, as with all German products. Shifter's good, leather, steering wheel is great. Maybe could use a bit more padding, but to the touch it's great. Right here on the side, elbow rest is fine. The seats are just perfect softness. The support for the back is excellent. I can't complain. The driving is great in this car. It does the regular routine so well, and I say that often in my reviews because it seems to me more and more manufacturers are focusing on that. The everyday drive. Wind noise is very low. There's these little sailboat windows that don't really serve a purpose, but it's cute that they're there. Nice visibility out. The hood goes down. You can see out a lot. I like that. Nice big fat rear view mirror. They didn't cheap out on that. Materials everywhere are fine. So you're paying a lot, you're getting a lot. The engine, nice and torquey. Ross made a remark, it's sort of like the diesel. It's sort of everything, the drivetrain sort of like feels like the diesel. I have to agree, it is very torquey, the engine. So I have a few things to say though about this car. That first of all, this car is supposed to be a little bit more premium than the two kings of the category, right? The kings are Toyota Corolla, Honda Civic. Those are the two. And then you can go upper end a bit with this car. And I have to say, it does feel upper end. It feels better than those two other cars. It's more expensive, perhaps less reliable in the long term, but it does feel upper end. I don't understand the 4-cylinder turbo. It's torquey and everything. Do I really need it? I feel that a good 4-cylinder engine in this compact category seems to me the way to go. Or I'm not sure why a car like this needs 180 pounds of torque. You have to pay the gas for that, of course. You know, you can look at the specs and everything of the fuel economy of cars like this. I don't care what anybody says. A 4-cylinder turbo is simply going to be more expensive than just a 4-cylinder. So there's that I'm questioning. And in fact, Volkswagen has never been able to make, at least in the North American market, a normal compact car engine. Before, they had that 5-cylinder engine, which was horrible. This one, a bit more refined, but still, I don't get it. Like, I'm not understanding. The direct competitor to this car is the Ford Focus, the new brand, the Ford Focus. And they don't seem to need, like, now they do have a turbo, but I mean, the base 4-cylinder engine seemed to be the right size for the premium hatchback. But that's just a personal thing. This car is very good, and I have to find something wrong with it. I will say that the space in this car is very good. The exterior styling, I don't know, I feel it's a bit of a chick car. However, with the mags, it's not as bad. I find the Volkswagen Golf, at least in North America, is the kind of car where I'm going to review it. I can't find anything wrong with it. Yet, when people ask me what compact car you should buy, I never recommend them a Volkswagen Golf. It's a weird thing. They have a great product and everything, and I think maybe because what's going on in the back of my head is the German engineering. And it's one of those cases where the German engineering is awesome when you're buying a premium sedan for $40,000, $50,000. So you kind of like, you associate a certain cost of ownership with a car that expensive. However, in the compact world, I'm not sure that you want to pay for that German engineering, especially when it breaks. So that's why you always end up, when friends ask you, what's the best car in the compact class? You're going to say Focus, you're going to say Corolla, or you're going to say the Honda Civic. It's very rare you're going to mention the Golf. In North America, at least. I know in Europe, this car has the killer rep, you know? Best car, best, reliable. Europeans say it's reliable, it's so reliable. However, in North America, we just don't have that rep for Volkswagen. You lease it, and then you forget it. And the only people who buy these cars are the unconditional Volkswagen freaks. Little geography point, in Quebec, Canada, this is like the most popular place for a Volkswagen in North America. If you take a look on our roads, there's full of hatchbacks. I go driving other provinces, I've been to Nova Scotia, I've been to Ontario, I've been to the United States. I don't see that many hatchbacks. So yeah, that's the Volkswagen Golf. It's a great car. I think it's a great lease, because somehow they maintain their value, so they don't have to amortize as much money as, let's say, I don't know, an American product. So they usually make very cheap leases. They're very roomy, very practical, and once again, you feel the premium. You feel what you're paying for. You know, I've been driving this car now for the better part of an hour. We stopped somewhere, but I mean, in total driving, it's an hour. And I have to say that, and I think this is true of a lot of cars, but cars are just getting better and better, and this one is one of the best for just the everyday drive. I mean, we are so comfortable in this car. I mean, the comfort level, the lack of wind noise, the compliant suspension, the drivetrain is just so easy in this car. I mean, it comes with a big sound system and everything. You really don't need more than a Volkswagen Golf all equipped. You really don't need more than that. I mean,